Hello, 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 chat. So, sorry there, I was responding to a thing. Welcome to the Plays the Thing. I'm Joe. This is your stream. Can you hear me? Because that would be good if you could hear me. "100% hearing is good." Excellent. We are in excellent place. So let me just message the Discord. He said, paying very close attention. So yeah, I finally pulled the trigger. We are doing Warhammer 40,000 on this stream, which is gonna be a trip because yeah, I am really, like, you may not know this, but I'm really into a little game I like to call Warhammer 40,000. I might like Warframe. I've, like, heard good things about Warframe. I don't know whether it's, like, I don't know. I don't know whether I'm going to try Warframe or not. It's, given the other things that are higher on my list of priorities, it's, not likely to be anytime soon. But, yes, Besmarins! So, before we start, Warhammer 40,000. What is it? What can it do for you? Warhammer 40,000, it's a long-running game that's been in, it's a tabletop RPG, or not tabletop RPG, duh. There are tabletop RPGs for it, but it's a tabletop war game, using plastic minis. You may have seen it at your friendly local hood game store, if local hood. At your friendly local game store, local hood. It's when you mix a neighborhood and local. And, it's basically, it's a pretty hugely influential game in its own right. For example, if you've heard of the sci-fi genre called Grimdark, just wait 5 minutes, you'll see where that name comes from. But yeah. It is a sci-fi war game set in the year 40,000. And it's about a dystopian, totalitarian, theocratic empire who are the closest thing we get in this universe to the good guys. And there's actually, like, so I don't want to keep gushing too much about it before we get into the game, so I'm just going to start playing. But there's actually a lot to say about it, both as, like, pulp. We're going to start a new campaign. So heads up, I'm going to have problems on this. I am planning on finishing this game to completion at some point. Maybe in bonus streams, maybe on weeks Corey's not here. But, just get that bookkeeping out of the way. In this first playthrough, there are going to be some problems with the audio logs, because, this is one of those games that every time it preserves the audio logs forever. Yeah, Jelly, Orcs is the biggest and the strongest. Because green is best. But yeah, the audio, this is one of those games that was, when it got ported to PC, they decided not to restart the audio logs every time you started a new game, so for at least the first chapter, the audio logs are going to be a little weird. In that I'm going to not find them where I'm supposed to find them. I'm just going to play them as I think they become relevant. Anyway, let's start. Normal difficulty. Starting a new campaign, yes. In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. Yeah, that's my shit. Priority alarm. Xenos invasion force detected. Invasion target Garia. Informatus. Designation Forge World. Manufactorum Ajax. Industrial output. Warhound Titan. Plasma launchers. Warhound class Titan. Warlord class Titan. Warlord class Titan. Strategic value absolute. It's very important, you see. Xenos invasion in progress. Recommended course of action. Exterminatus. Negative. Strategic value absolute. Deploy capital weaponry. Negative. Estimated reduction in manufacturing output unacceptable. Liberation. Affirmative. Minor elements in system estimated delay 3 to 47 days. Escalate area denial? Affirmative. Executing request orders, Adeptus Astartes Ultra. Response incoming. Deploying the Ultramarines. Hey, the Smurfs are the best. Well, okay, they're not. The Space Smurfs are not my favorite chapter, but they're pretty close to my favorite chapter. And for those of you who've never played 40k before, you're about to be introduced to, just the spiciestness. Ultramarines Fleet Strike Cruiser, Fury of Descent. Target Forge World Garia. Planetary invasion in progress. Objective, secure the Titan. Can you guys hear me over the very loud audio in this game, by the way? Hey, that's us! Look at that sweet, cranky face. That grim, dark face.
Captain Titus, the Orcs have massacred the Forge World's forces. And they have taken the planetary defense weapons.
Clever of the damned Orcs. Keeps us off their backs while they loot the Titan war machines.
Brace for evasive maneuvers.
Pilot, report!
Starboard engine is dead, Sergeant. We're losing altitude.
Get the ship to safety. We'll find another way down.
Aye, Captain. Thunderhawk Lancer 12 returning to launch bay.
This is your plan.
We need to get to the surface to take out the gun battery. Or do you want to go home already, Sergeant?
Not before having a word or two with the Orcs.
Is that wise, Captain? The Codex Astartes does not support this action.
Try to keep up.
Yes! And we jump. In fact, yes, we are using a jetpack as a parachute. Because welcome to 40k. Big old power armor boys throwing themselves out of spaceships with jetpacks. And also, yes, space there are in fact orcs in space in this universe. Let's say hi to them. Hello, boyos. Yeah, he got too excited and forgot to take out his chainsword. So yeah, Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine is a basically kind of like a hack and slashy shooter set in the 40k universe, and we play Captain Titus of the Ultramarines chapter of the Space Marines. There's that Y I love to hear. Boom. We're gonna do some tutorial stuff here. Come on, punch. There we go. Punch, punch, punch. Sorry, Isham, my favorite chapter of Space Marines is not the Salamanders, although I think the Salamanders are cool. My favorite has got to be, because I am this trash, is the Blood Ravens. I keep forgetting how to do this. Oh my, spicy. Explosion. There we go. E to execute. Bam! Yeah, so the way this game works, as you can see, I have a shield that regenerates over time, and I have a health bar. But the only way for me to regain health is by doing this. Stun guys and execute move. As you can see, I gain my little health. But yeah, Blood Ravens is definitely my favorite chapter. Wah, indeed. So, let's talk a little about 40k. I will shoot you again. So, 40k was basically a cash-in on an older game called Warhammer Fantasy. Or at the time it was Warhammer. Rumor has it, I cannot confirm this right now, that originally this game was slated to be... Oh. Our villain.
Get off my ship, Space Marine!
Well, those audio cues did not work this time. Oh, I forgot to reload. Come on. There we go. Squish! That's my health. How about that? Wah! No, he ain't got nothing on War Boss Gorguts indeed. So, now we're slightly beat up. E to rotate the turret. Also, welcome to 40k. Yep. We just crashed a ship. With us on it. And we don't have a jetpack anymore. What are we gonna do about it? Yeah, orcs would keep shooting while Space Marine turned the turret. So as you can tell, for those of you who've not played this before, some of us in chat are quite familiar with the grim darkness of the 41st millennium. Yeah, so we just surfed that down. Still only counts as one indeed, Ishrin. I think all those other orcs add to the count, though. So, 40k, what is it? It is basically a,
Captain Titus, come in. Damned orcs shot me off course. I've had no word from Leandros, but I'm picking up Vox chatter from Imperial Guard forces on the ground.
I scarcely thought anyone would be left alive, much less still fighting.
Heading towards the front lines now.
I will meet you there.
So, 40k, it's the original game made by Games Workshop called Warhammer which is what is called now Warhammer Fantasy, was basically like a dark fantasy setting based on the Holy Roman Empire. So they fight orcs, and there are elves, and there are evil elves, and there are vampires, and rat people, and all that good fantasy crap. And then, rumor has it, GW got contracted to make a Judge Dredd video game. Or, Judge Dredd tabletop war game. This is in the 80s. And then that fell through. So, Cyberpunk, being popular at the time, and dystopian futures being popular at the time, they said, like, well, what if we just take our fantasy setting and port all the people and stuff more or less intact to the far future? And rapidly, that became their most popular product line, called Warhammer 40,000, which is set in a grim, dark future with, as you'll soon see, heavily Gothic architecture, where the best terminology I have for this game is everything is rad as shit. And what I mean by that is it's all big and dumb and stupid. And that's everything that it wants to be. And as you can see, it's become so popular that the science fiction fantasy subgenre of grimdark basically takes its name from the tagline of the tagline of 40k. In the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, there is only war. And as you can see, a lot of skull motifs. But yeah, the basics of the fluff that you don't necessarily need to know are, I think this is where we're going to do our first audio log. It's 40,000 years in the future, and humanity has long since passed its golden age. It's ruled by a tyrannical galaxy-spanning empire called the Imperium of Man that worships their god emperor.
Evacuate in orderly fashion. Public disturbances will not be tolerated.
And that, we've forgotten how to use our own technology, so we treat it as all mystical, with mystical religious, fervor, and, the horrible tyrannical empire are the closest thing we have to good guys, beset on all sides by literal actual demons, aliens, and all kinds of horrible monsters, like the orcs. Or the small, definitely not goblins, the Grots. Oh, also, in case you can't tell, that's a normal human. We're a space marine. Genetically engineered, powered armored super soldiers. We're near 8 foot tall. See the Gothic architecture?
Access authorized. The Emperor be with you, Space Marine.
Yeah. Oh, and also the Emperor of the Imperium is worshipped as a god and has been kept alive for 10,000 years in the Golden Throne on Holy Terra. Bolter unlocked. The .998 Godwin pattern bolter is the characteristic Space Marine battle rifle, firing self-propelled explosive-tipped rounds. So to parse that for a second, so according to Fluff, this is a little bit inaccurate, but the .998, which is .998 caliber, which means the bullets this thing fires are about an inch wide. And firing self-propelled explosive-tipped rounds. It fires inch-wide mini-rockets that explode inside the things you shoot them at. Hence why you saw with my little tiny bolt pistol before, switch weapons with 1, 2, 3.
This way, boys.
I'm gonna kill him first! Space Marines!
Yeah, hence why you'll see all of them, all the people I kill, tend to explode. Xenos. But yeah. Oh, now is time for, I think, our first, little audio log. Once again, sorry for the audio logs being all, you know, whoa, can't see that. All the audio logs being revealed. Unfortunately, such is the nature of games that I've played.
Workers, assemble.
Caleb, there you are. The Shiring brothers are saying we're under attack.
The brothers are idiots, Lilith.
They saw rocks in the sky.
Xenos? Here? Damned unlikely.
So, like, yeah. So from there, and from the messages we got about, worker unrest will not be tolerated, we can gather some things about this society. Oh, also, yes, rocks, orcs, orcs don't have spaceships. Well, they do have spaceships, as we just saw. But the way they get onto planets is not landing craft. It's asteroids that they just strap themselves to. Yeah. Get dunked on. Yes, yes, there are the Eldar and the Tau who are sometimes nice. But generally speaking, everyone is a different flavor of kind of a dick. Even the good guys in this are different flavors of kind of a dick. And part of the reason I want to talk about that is because I actually think this is interesting to talk about, is because there's
Destroy them!
Here they come. They got no way out of there.
Part of the reason I want to talk about a game, despite me being on the record about, like, generally positivity in games and not liking games that are just like morose and brooding, it's because I think 40K, while some of those things, it has, whoa. Also, I don't know why the game seems to be running slightly slow in its animations. I'm not sure why. Maybe because of Twitch sucking up a lot of memory, so... Oh, stick bump. Nope, nope, nope. That's gonna be bad. That's gonna hurt. Oh, wait. Actually, let me get those ballistas. Silly orcs. Or should I say foul greenskins? There they are. Come and get it. Yeah. Whoa, hey, trigger discipline there, Leandros.
Are you wounded?
The Codex Astartes warns against using jump packs to leap blindly into enemy fire, and for good reason.
Your days as a novice are behind you. Why do you still interpret the Codex so narrowly?
I look to its rules for guidance.
We all do. But there are also benefits to thinking for yourself. Yes.
Ah, conflict established. So, you'll hear Leandros mention this thing called the Codex Astartes. It's basically the Space Marine rulebook written by 10,000 years ago by the Emperor's clone son, who is also the founder of the Ultramarines. These space boys, who we are. You can tell because we've got a big Omega on our sign, which has nothing on our symbol, which, despite looking at like a U, has nothing to do with the word Ultra. 40k. But, the reason I like this game is A, because it's rad in the same way that like stuff like Judge Dredd is. That it's designed to be like just dumb as hell. And to just be about, like, big 8-foot genetically engineered, warriors who are semi-cloned mutant grandchildren of a god emperor, crashing enormous space orc spaceships into planet factories. Which, I mean, if that doesn't sound cool to you, I'm just gonna question your whole outlook.
Sigourney's picked up local Imperial Guard communications. They survived under the shadow of that gun. I want to know how.
Well, let's save some guardsmen.
Keep firing! Keep firing!
Yeah, that's right. Go, guardsmen, go! It's running a little bit slow. Yeah, that's a live human, and this is how big we are compared to them.
The Adeptus Astartes are here.
Yeah, as you heard him say, we're, yeah, so Emperor's Angels of Death. Yeah! We saved him. The normal mortals. So, there's an actual army in 40k. And as you can tell, the Emperor's Angels of Death, that's because normal humans look at Space Marines, us boys, like literal angels sent by the God Emperor. I am being 100% literal.
My lord, you have saved us.
Yep.
Rise, guardsmen. You saved yourselves. We thought you did.
We would be, my lord, if not for the lieutenant.
Where will we find this lieutenant?
At the front lines. Follow the trench network to the lieutenant's command bunker.
Carry on, guardsmen. We rendezvous with Sidonus, then we find this lieutenant. We need updated intel on the gun battery.
Also, this game, 40k was originally made by...
Head out the upper level and continue through the plaza. The bunker is beyond that.
So, yeah, this game was originally made by, British people. So, everyone has a British accent, and everyone uses British pronunciation. So, that's why Lieutenant instead of Lieutenant. But yeah, as you saw there, we are treated like, the Space Marines here are treated like god boyos, because it's weird. It's weird and complicated. Because 40k is weird and complicated. But as you can see, fighting orcs...
Remarkable. A few hundred against 1 million orcs. And they fight on.
Only in death does duty end.
But yeah, the reason I like this...
What? No. Get off! My legs. I can't feel my legs. I got to see a Space Marine before the end. Watch over those who fight in your name.
The grim darkness of the far future. And if you remember our opening, they are fighting here basically just, losing this factory planet would be inconvenient. But part of the reason I like this is A, because it's dumb and it's stupid and it's, it's basically, the other term I have other than rad for it is metal. It's like 40k is something you would see painted on the side of a metal band's van. But in being that, I think it actually has a lot of interesting things to say.
I'm in position at a broken monument near the guard lines.
And it can be, there's the broken monument. It can be a lot of interesting things. And like one of those things is like, it critiques the nature of tyranny and the inefficiency of tyranny, the inefficiency of xenophobia, and the inefficiency of like theocracy.
Delinquency is an affront to the sheepdog.
Ah, there you heard. That's one. That's one.
There he is.
Remember, attend your jobs, citizens. Delinquency is an affront to the machine god.
Sergeant, I see you found something to keep you busy.
Worry not, Captain. I've saved some orcs for you. The orcs have got that gun well defended, no mistake. But typical orc behavior would be to dismantle or destroy the gun.
And certainly not use it to keep our forces at bay. There's a strategy behind it. Their leader is no fool.
This day is getting interesting.
We got a smart orc on our hands.
We may have encountered the orc during our jump to the surface.
That was the orc ship I saw crash near here, I take it. Did he survive?
If the Horde hasn't turned on itself, it's still under his control.
Genetic scan complete. Adeptus Astartes. Weapons authorization confirmed.
Chainsword. Chainsword unlocked. The mark... Jesus. The Mark 11 Hell's Teeth Chainsword is the close combat weapon of choice among Space Marines, combining terrifying power and great speed. Mouse 2 to strike, F plus mouse 5 to stun. See the combat control screen or pause menu for list of attacks. Yeah, so chainsaw swords.
Kill every last one of them!
Yes, chainsaw swords. Squish! A big blue stompy boy. But, and that's only on the Imperium side of what it's critiquing. Like, originally, because this game is English, that, the orcs here, these filthy Xenos, are actually based on, football, as in soccer, lad culture. Like, football hooligans, which, for those of you that don't know, football in the rest of the world is taken extremely seriously, and in many places in the world, but in Britain, there's this concept of the football hooligan, because if your team loses a football game, that's not just you get mad about it and have a couple drinks. You get mad about it, have 8 or 10 drinks, and then go start a riot somewhere. Come on. Let's see those insides. Just want to get to know your inner feelings by spraying them all over that wall. But yeah, so, the orcs, all of them are referred to as da boys. Yeah. Yes, Jelly. Orcs, meanwhile, go start riots regardless of loss or victory in the sport of Blood Bowl. Yeah, they made because this game is because GW is unsubtle about the satire. They later made a game with their races called Blood Bowl, which is them playing like blood sport football. Or, well, Bloodsport rugby, I guess is the more appropriate analogy. But, the orcs are basically that. They are, like, if you got a bunch of drunk soccer hooligans into the game... into the game of war instead of the game of soccer. So, orcs' only motivation is to get into fights. Well, post-alpha seems to be gone. Yeah, orcs they like fighting and winning. They are also, which will not come up in this game, genderless funguses. I'm not even joking with you. They are literally funguses. Oh wait, no, hey! Guardsmen! There's enough. Yeah. Also, the orcs, yes, Jelly, the orcs indeed are non-binary icons. Because here's the other thing. Orc technology, like, mostly shouldn't work. It just also does. Oh, that's right, I've got grenados. How do I grenade again? Grenade. R. Oh, screw grenades. Chainsword! Heat chainsword! Yeah! Grind those organs to paste.
Dropship incoming!
Or the Emperor. Oh shit. A whole bunch of things here. There we go. That's the ticket. Yep. Chainsword, your first stop for Chunky Genos? Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is a knob. Also known as an orc sergeant. And you may ask, how can I tell? And I can tell you, it's because he is bigger. Yeah, go! Kill him! Yes! Yes! Yes!
Space Marines, thank you. We thought we were done for. Where is your commander, Guardsman?
Inside, but the door is sealed.
I believe they will let us through. Imperial Guard, we are Ultramarines. Open this door.
Yeah, they're just like, yep, okay.
Space Marines.
Let me see if I can figure out how to do these grenados first. Hang on. Grenade. No. Q. Let's look at our controls. Combat controls. Combat Kniff. Power Axe. Thunderhammer. Yeah, that's gonna be in our future. F/ Sword. Slash, heavy stab, shoulder bash, kick. Could we get clearer combat controls? Combat controls, no. Options. Cancel. Did anyone pay attention? Oh, in the corner over there, I'm sorry, I actually have to move you guys because I forgot the big old golden U. Hang on. Whoa, that's my personal account. Hey. I'm gonna put you up in the top corner. That little golden U you'll see is Fury of the Emperor, which when I set that off, if I remember how. Also, why am I not shooting? Very curious. Oh, it's because quest is happening. It wants me to quest. I can change the shown weapon by doing this. Oh, so here's our first dialogue from, oh, the combat controls menu. Okay, I see. Yeah, it shows us the different weapon, like, attack patterns, but it doesn't show us grenades. Which... It's like, okay, thanks. Power Axe is my favorite, because I like power weapons. But Thunder Hammer is also very cool. Let's do our second audio log, though, because we're just about to meet Lieutenant Mira.
Just get the ship out of orbit, pilot. Lieutenant Mira. The Orcs cut off our reinforcements.
Damn it. I suggest we move the unit to a more defensible position, sir.
Do it, and make sure...
I guess we figured out how the lieutenant became in charge.
Damn Gretchen stuck a knife in Saul's throat 2 nights ago.
Scout report Sector 31 is completely bombed out. No survivors. Just bodies. Everywhere.
Reinforce their position, hold the line, and stay alive.
Aye, Lieutenant.
And here's one of the big problems with 40k. Just wait for it.
Thank the Emperor.
Lieutenant Mira. Woo woo.
Second Lieutenant Mira, 203rd Cadian Regiment.
Captain Titus of the Ultramarines.
You are in command.
I'm all that's left, my lord. Unless my commanders rise from the grave. So far, they seem content to stay put.
Lieutenant, the scouts have returned to forward base.
How many?
2.
Damn. I sent out 10. That damn gun. We don't have the numbers to make an assault. And as you might have seen, it's shooting down all our support vessels.
That is why we are here. Leave the gun to us.
Come with me, then. I should warn you, my lords. We've got a slight orc problem down here.
Yeah. Just a bit. Ah. But yeah, yes, Jelly, that's actually part of the reason I like this game. So, like, you're playing an 8-foot-tall warrior in, like, future space power armor. I like, aesthetically, how it feels like you're... Because you're, like... It feels like you're a giant. Everything around you is designed for humans and is so much, like, smaller than you are. And when you walk, there's that big blum, 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 blum.
Genetic scan complete. Adeptus Astartes. Access authorized.
Like, the feel of this game, very... Emperor's Fury unlocked. That's what I need. Emperor's Fury. Once Emperor's Fury is full, use T to enter Fury mode.
What do you know of the Titans on this planet?
Only that our troops were sent to guard the Titan Invictus at Manufactorum Ajakis. But that was 2 weeks ago, and we've lost contact with them.
We need to reach that Titan.
Your fastest route is across the rail bridge behind the gun complex. It leads directly to the western gates of the Manufactorum.
So, we are not even at the gates of the factory. That makes a thing called a Titan. Must be big. Also, that's the gun that's shooting down all of those ships. 40k doesn't do small. Basilisks. Or, well, technically Earthshakers, but I'm gonna call them basilisks.
Get me that field manual.
But also, as you've noticed,
Forge World, not a single tech priest in sight.
and as will remain consistent throughout this game, the only woman in this game is Lieutenant Mira. That appears in-game. There are other women that appear in audio logs, but yeah, 40K has a women problem. Like a really big one. Guardsmen! Guardsmen, stop that! Clipping through the terrain is heresy. I said clipping was heresy! Yep. Orcs also have big dumb drills.
Form a damn firing line.
Oh, also, speaking of orc technology, so yeah, the orcs as non-binary icons, they are... Most of their technology should not work. The Imperium really doesn't understand how it does. And without getting too deep into the lore of it, the only reason orc tech works is because they believe it does. For example, the orcs have an expression, everybody knows red goes faster. Which, if you get enough orcs in one place, is actually true. So orc vehicles will go faster if you paint them red, because the orcs believe it will make them go faster. Yeah, this was one of the spots where one of the servo skulls was. I don't remember the deets of which one that was. Actually, I think that was, if I'm not mistaken, this one. This one.
Not in the disease ward, Dominus. What's wrong with her?
Orc projectile to the leg, Magos Cassia.
Amputations are down the hall.
Very well, I shall prepare for the implant grafting.
No implants. Just get rid of her leg and stitch her up fast. We're at war.
So no implants. Hey, 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 Nox, how go? And welcome to the stream. Today, welcome to Warhammer 40,000 Spezmarins. Where our big blue boy is smooshin' orcs. But yeah, the orcs are great and I love them. They are precious.
Kill them Space Marines!
Which is why I'm going to kill a lot of them right now. Stuck at work. That is lame sauce. So, we hate work here. We hate work this much. You know what helps my skin in the morning? As a Space Marine, I get a lot of gunpowder in my eyes. Oh, whoa! And as we can see, Imperial Artillery also just wiped out its own troops. Oh! More guardsmen, though! Don't worry, guardsmen, we're here to... Oh, okay. Heavy bolter. So this is the big version of the little machine gun we carry. Come on, Leandros, don't get him away. getting feisty. But yeah, as a Space Marine, all that cordite and gun smoke can get my skin awful dry. I like to use orc guts in the morning to help keep me fresh.
The orcs hold the trenches beyond the ruins and the battlements beyond that.
And the gun battery?
The orcs took it almost as soon as we got here, nearly 2 weeks ago. Our unit was the only one that could make landfall before they gained control. Now none of our ships can get past the gun.
But another, like, even though I'm on record as being, like, super against, morose and unoptimistic views of the world, particularly given the state of the world we are in, part of the reason I like 40K is it's often, like, a question of, in such a bleak and awful dystopian future, it shows, like, what it means, like, it kind of grapples with and thinks about, at least in the way any, like, silly Pulp Fiction can. And this is not to denigrate, like, silly Pulp Fiction. I actually think Pulp Fiction is actually super important, because it's the fiction most of us read most of the time. But what I like about 40K is it often kind of grapples with the idea of what do good people do in a world that is so just absolutely butt shit. And, that's kind of what I like. I like why... Oh. Yeah. Done with that.
Access granted.
Stalker Pattern Bolter. Yeah. Stalker Bolter unlocked. This modified bolter equipped with targeter and high accuracy shells is able to fell enemies from great distance. The Stalker Bolter functions equally well as a precision battle rifle or sniper weapon. Yeah, so this is the closest thing we'll get in this game to a sniper rifle. Not to get too lore on you, but... Oh my... The Space Marines also have an even bigger sniper rifle, but... This is the sniper rifle we use for today. Space Marines.
That's where the orcs breached the gun battery. We haven't been able to make it inside the wall. There just aren't enough of us.
You have survived this long on your own, Lieutenant. You have done well. But you are no longer alone. We will retake the gun. You will get your reinforcements.
I'll hold you to that, Captain.
Use your flashlights, guardsmen. Stay strong. Oh yeah, you may also notice that the guardsmen are firing lasers. Yeah, lasers suck in 40K. Mostly suck.
Injured workers should seek treatment in Sector 46.
Injured workers seek treatment in Sector 46. And remember, missing shifts. Oh, whoa. That's not what I wanted. Missing shifts dishonors the machine god. Oh yeah, so you'll hear that, like, God Emperor and Machine God. They're more or less the same thing. There is a whole secondary religion in the Imperium that's not worshipping the Emperor. And it's worshipping the spirits that exist inside machines that make them work.
Kill them Space Marines!
Work quotas have been reduced.
Orcs on the high ground.
Humans to kill. Oh yeah, that's another thing. You'll have noticed occasionally in chat I call you all humies. I got that from our sweet non-binary icons, the orcs, because they cannot pronounce human words. So they do not call us humans, but humies. So You are all delicious, squishy humies in my eyes. I gotta use this Emperor's Fury. It's burning a hole in my pocket. I'll do it next time I get to use the Stalker Bolter. So, if we use it on a... Oh god, I forget where I have to go here. Oh, I think... if we use it in, when we're using a shooty gun, we get slow-mo, and if we use it when we're in melee, we become invincible. We become invincible. Also, yes, Nox, glorious, glorious death. The Emperor's name. Also, orc decoration. Because red makes everything go faster.
Space Marines! Kill them! Smash those Space Marines!
I hear someone saying wah. Oh, also wah is what the orcs call their wars, their wars across the stars, which are somewhere between religious crusade and, yeah, there we go. We got a war! But a wah is somewhere between a religious crusade and mass migration. Because the orcs worship two gods, Gork and Mork. They're both war gods, but one is cunning, yet brutal, and the other is brutal, yet cunning. Or as I like to say, the subtleties are lost on you stinky humies.
Get the boss!
Squish. No! Good. That good raspberry jam. Here was another one. Let's play another one, because I know there was another one in here. We might be a little ahead on audio logs, and also, for those just joining us, yeah, I already completed the game many times, many years ago. Maybe at launch. But, I haven't figured out how to flush the cache, yet on Steam. I know there's a command in Steam's console. I just can't remember what it is. So for right now, we're just going to have all these audio logs unlocked.
Personal message cache. Guardsman Thomas Alexander. Must be winter back home. No snow here, that's for certain. We've been diverted to a forge world under orc attack. The defenders are all dead. The orcs are killing everyone on the planet. And we're the only Imperial Guard in the sector. The fleet's on the way, but are a couple of weeks out. We're in for a hard fight.
From Green Jelly, a wah is like a pub crawl, but instead of pubs, it's planets, and instead of drinks, it's violent murderizing. Yeah, that's basically orcs. Another excellent description of orcs I've heard is they're basically the Reavers from Firefly. Except, you know, it's funny. Because 40k. But yeah, this is a better description. A wah is like a pub crawl, but instead of pubs, it's planets, and instead of drinks, it's violent murderizing. Oh, also, as one of the 40k pulp novels has said, it's really hard for a human to get the real. You can say wah, but it's really hard for a human to get. It's really hard for you to get the kind of feel for it until it's screamed at you by thousands of giant green-skinned throats.
Once we get through these battlements, we will use the breach caused by the rock to enter the gun fortress.
Also, I do not want to blow out your audio by how loud I will scream wah. Where are you boys? Come out. I know you want to fight. Spicy boy. More grenades that I keep forgetting how to use. It will take more than that to kill an orc. But yeah, it's like I like how that at least on the good guy side of things, there's always a lot of effort to grapple with, like, what do good people look like in a world that is so irredeemably evil? Like, because as much as I love this game and I love smooshin' filthy Xenosword to Emperor, but don't get it twisted. The Imperium is absolutely evil. Oh, that's a lot of orcs. And I like the idea of, like... That's Emperor's Fury. Yeah, that's how we do it here. Yeah. Xenos, we have a word for that where I come from. That word's heresy. But yeah, as for this game, like that's kind of why I like 40K, but why I like this game so much is it does a lot of subtle detail work to capture what it feels like to be in 40K. Like Jelly mentioned earlier, the big clomp, 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 clomp we make when walking around. Or the little subtle details like this door panel, which is unspeakably overwrought and unnecessary. And I love it. Like, it's got two big giant buttons and the skull, and it looks like a ribbed arch, or vaulted arch, that's the term I'm looking for. Everything has flying buttresses on it for no fucking reason, and skulls on everything. And everything's at, like, this enormous scale. Like, we've already seen we're way bigger than...
Look at these cables.
They must be powering orc contraptions across the battlefield.
Like, we're, like, way bigger than humans, and everything is way bigger than us. Like, to give a sense of scale of how the scale on which 40K operates. Hey, a drop pod.
Captain, assault support pods were dropped in this area.
Haha, jetpacks. Jump packs. Ah, my boys. Let's get flying. Oh, whoa. There we go. Yeah, its performance is a little slow today. Hold space to fire jump pack. While in flight, tap mouse 2 to blast to the ground, killing or stunning enemy targets. Ranged weapons are limited to the bolt pistol and bolter while wearing a jump pack. But melee weapons aren't. And I like the small details,
Take to the high ground, Captain. We will deal with the orcs down here.
That the like the little how the orcs deface or cannibalize Imperial stuff, like here with their own iconography, the subtle ways in which the guardsmen respond to you differently, the like automated messages in like ruined factories, like demanding that workers report to their shifts on time, lest they anger the gods. Yeah. Like the very subtle ways that this, well, subtle and unsubtle ways that this game, like, it takes a lot of effort to feel like like you're in Warhammer 40,000. I think the game might have glitched. There's usually a lot of fighting here. Ah, there we are. I got scared for a second. Uh-oh. Yeah. Ah, yeah. I gotta get that out. Eat chainsword! Ah, you got something to eat. I got it. Excellent.
Space Marines!
Oh. Oh, hello. Enough, Leandros. I have the high ground. Hello? I think I went the wrong way. Hello, wall. There we go. Oh, hello, boys. Oh, hello, boys. Just in time. Emperor's Fury. For the Emperor. Almost out of Ballistus, though. I may have to go Bolter and Chainsword for a while.
Here is the rock at last.
Yep, so we're about to go inside an Orc Rock, which is basically just an asteroid that Orcs hollowed out. Why? Because it's fast, because gravity's faster than landing gear.
That rock delivered the Orcs right into the gun fortress.
Yep. Hollowing out an asteroid and dropping it on things is way faster than, you know, actual landing gear. Ew. Like, who would use that? Ooh. I also like how this orc construction gives you an idea of how the orcs work. Like they're cannibalizing Imperial power generators with these like janky sparking wires, and this is their idea of cohesive architecture. I'd say this is a good time for another audio log. Why? Because I said so. Oh, did we finish all of them? Oh, we're in chapter 3 now. Oh, so we need to listen to this journal already.
Personal message, Guardsman Alexander. I'll be quick. The Orcs are beating us bad. We're completely outnumbered. Every time you kill one of the bastards, feels like a dozen take their place. I mean, mate Gareth. An Orc chopped his leg off and he bled out. Nothing I could do. The officers are all dead. The second lieutenant's taken over. She's keeping us focused. Wait. We're moving out. More soon.
Guardsman. Your flashlight and your faith in the Emperor is all you need, Guardsman. Let's do Lieutenant Miro's log, number 2.
Not enough cover! Get down! Get down! Hold on, Captain. Get me a medipack.
That's, I guess, how we lost another senior officer. Don't think I can't hear you, you silly little Gretchens. Oh, also, yeah, from before, you know how I knew that Nob was a sergeant for the Orcs? Well, it's because the Orcs, the way they rule, the way you know who's in charge is who's the biggest and the strongest. Like, obviously. I mean, duh. Or as Orcs would say, I'm the biggest, so I's the boss. Yeah! Run, tiny creatures, run! From blue space death. Ah, we're in the gun. Welcome to the inside of an Imperial gun. Does it look like a giant, stupid cathedral? That's because... Oh, and this is what we're firing.
Clearing this place will take days.
Those guardsmen cannot survive that long. We find a way to destroy the gun.
Wait for it. So those shells... Let's see if we got it.
Firing.
That's the recoil on an Imperial gun. Yeah, so this is a disposable shell that the Imperium has made with literal Gothic bas-reliefs on it. This is for, like, I love this game so much because it captures how ridiculous 40k is. And it's just, like, casually throws stuff like that out. with orc biology, though, is it the biggest that becomes the boss, or the boss that becomes the biggest? Both. So whoever is the biggest in a group of orcs will generally become the boss, but also orc bosses that survive the longest by being cunning yet brutal, or brutal yet cunning, I think this was another one of our audio logs here. By being brutal yet cunning, or cunning yet brutal, those orcs will survive longer and thus get bigger. Orcs never stop growing. Like big green, what's that animal that never stops growing? Oh, there's another shell.
Space Marine Rectifier. Access to experimental vengeance launcher granted.
A vengeance launcher.
That sounds promising.
The experimental Garia pattern vengeance launcher is a specialized launcher for magnetized fusion charges which adhere to walls and enemy armor. Sticky fusion bombs. But of course, Jelly, as with all things, the subtleties of orc biology will always escape us puny humies. Come on. Come out. Come out wherever you are. Oh, also this. So this is another thing of the Imperium, the intense devotion to ritual and religiosity. So, little ribbons of scripture, or giant scrolls of scripture, strapped to machinery with the symbol of the skull, the cybernetic skull of the machine god stamped onto it. Glory to the machine god. Like, the amount of detail put into this game is actually incredibly impressive. And this is kind of what I talked about it a lot when we played VTM, like...
Medicaid facilities should expect significant delays regarding removal of deceased persons.
Remember that. Medicaid facilities should expect significant delays regarding removal of deceased humans. But yeah, what I like about it is just like what I liked a lot about VTM was the attention to detail, and what I like about this is that it's like Relic, and to be clear, Relic has, before making this game, they have had a lot of experience with the 40K license. They have made a whole series of RTSs, like, for years before this. Hang on. How does it work? Hang on. E2. Oh, that's how I throw grenades.
An armory. Sure to be something useful.
I figured out how to throw grenades. Hang on. Let's restart from checkpoint, because I forgot how to use this gun. I always forget how to use that damn gun. There we go.
Space Marine Rectifier. Access to experimental vengeance launcher granted.
A vengeance launcher.
That sounds promising.
R to detonate, that was it. But yeah, I really like the attention to detail that this game has. There's a lot of effort put into giving a sense of the world and a lot of sense of the place, which I think is I know I've seen a lot of people like kind of crack jokes about environmental storytelling being like not particular, like often being cheap and just slapping like graffiti on stuff, but it's like I actually think environmental storytelling is some of the most important kind of storytelling you do in any medium, or any visual medium, and it's especially important in something like games. And so I'm pro that.
Medicaid facilities should expect significant delays regarding removal of deceased persons.
Authorization of Stardy's Ultra. What do we got in here? Bolter, Stalker Bolter, and the Vengeance Launcher. I'm cool with this. Actually, let's go 3. And reload you. Crunch. Let's reload you too. Oh, you're fully. Ha ha! Ha ho!
Look here, Captain. Melter charges.
Put those in the right place, and this whole fortress will come down.
A melter bomb.
Put the charge on one of the gun's shells.
Leandros, you do the chapter proud.
Releasing safeguard. Remember that we honor the machine god by exceeding
Actually, let's show you what this does. Boop. That was fun. Cheery and violent. There goes the gun again. What time is it? Oh wow, we're at 9:30. Time flies when you're killing orcs. Filthy, stinky orcs. Also known as my sweet, sweet green boys. Oh no. Oh well. This is hardly kosher.
Shell storage is below.
Access restricted to upper decks.
So how are you all doing in chat while we ride this elevator? This very long elevator down. Damn it. Missed.
They're not about to run short of ammunition.
Space Marines to kill!
All the shells they have. These are the shells that we saw one of destroying ships. Spaceships. Big spaceships. Uh-oh. Reload. Reload faster.
Space Marines! Kill them! Smash those Space Marines!
Shit.
Stick forward! Kill them Space Marines!
That's a very angry orc. Oh, that's a very... These are some very angry boys. Still full of jam, though. And I am also full of jam.
Here, Captain. We need to get the shell into that loader.
There. I will place the charge on that shell. Now to move the shell into place.
Yep. Space Marines. Space Marines. Oh man, I'm really getting a workout pushing this several ton shell.
All loaded, Captain. With luck, the orcs will feed it right into the gun's chamber.
We cannot rely on luck for this, Sir Dunners. We follow the shell up and make sure it reaches its destination.
Aye. Now back to the lift.
Like, I love how they take so many moments to demonstrate. It's like, yeah, Space Marines are really, really, really big. Do you remember that Space Marines are big? Because we're going to remind you that Space Marines are big. The scale of this big, rad universe. gonna open up the application because I'm worried that I cannot see what you're saying, chat. If you are in chat, could you all please say something, just so I could, like, can someone say something in chat, just so I can make sure that my applications have not stalled out on us, which is not improbable. I need to crush a boy. Ah, excellent. So both of my chat views are working. Thank you, Tom.
Keep clear. This is not a drill.
If not, lost chat. I like how you can hear in the distance the machine saying gun firing 3, 2, 1, and then the whole level shakes. So good. Ah ha 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 ha. Movie magic. Titus Raven out. Use some heals. I also like the gameplay encourages you to keep fighting and not run for cover. Like a lot of games, like this game very much encourages you to stay engaged in combat in a way that feels very 40K, because 40K is very into like the brutal visceral combat stuff, and this game is just like, yeah.
The secondary lift.
This game is very into you still staying engaged with combat and forcing you to be in combat and getting you to play recklessly and making you doughy, but getting you to play recklessly so that you're always, like, always near some kind of health. Godwin pattern bolter. Come on. Come on, boys. I also like the little lights, how they are like not just industrial lighting, they've got like ribbed and like pointed looks, so they look like weird gothic lamps. I love it. Double secret neo-gothic.
Get the bus!
Also secret, these guys, if I remember correctly, oh no, it's execution moves on these guys. That's right, these guys are little health buckets. So, always pick up Purity Seal. Marksman mode unlocked. Ah, see, I didn't have it before. Yeah, Fury now allows you to enter Marksman mode. Time slows down, allowing you to place shots with lethal precision. Use T to enter Fury mode, then hit left control to enter Marksman mode. Marksman mode ends when the Fury meter is empty. There we go. So now we'll have slow-mo. Yeah. Talk to the boot. Talk to Das Boot.
Gun firing in
There's our
3,
shell.
2,
The orcs have pulled it out of
1.
sequence.
Then we put it back. Leandros, get the shell into that loader. I will cover you.
And here's more from the Imperium. Mercy. On the firing pin, or not firing pin, the mercy is a sign of weakness. Only the Emperor is all.
Artillery shell moving into position.
Incoming fire.
Artillery shell moving into position.
Incoming.
Also, like, what I like about the healing from the... There we go. What I like about using melee combat as a way to heal, it's a way to keep you using melee, and it's a way to make the orcs powerful, but still, like, or at least reasonably powerful. Like, the orcs feel like a threat, but
find an exit.
Oh, our bomb is on its way. We need to get out of this hell.
Severe structural damage.
We gotta get out of here. We just blew that gun up. Boom. Such is the will of the Emperor and his Space Marines. And this is the first time we get to see really, like, intact Imperial architecture. And it's actually this very beautiful scene, but with, like, even the gun structure is, like, it's very pretty. With these vast, almost, or, well, these vast structures that very much evoke cathedrals.
You are a man of your word, my lord. Thank you.
What is your situation, Lieutenant?
We're gathering our wounded and are heading to the Andres habitation block to establish an outpost. With the cannon down, our support craft will land there.
Very well. My battle brothers and I must secure any operational Warlord-class Titans before the Orcs can loot them.
Good luck.
Reach the Titan Manufactorum. Chapter 4, Titans of Garia. Let's finish the audio logs from Chapter 3, because I forgot to. Duty log, number 1-5.
Transmechanic, 2nd Class Petronius. Entering duty log 31127. Communications console functioning, normal. Issues of note, 1. I detected a signal that should not have been there. But Transmechanic 1st Class Alaric refused to believe me. Yes, I've made mistakes before. That pulsar I thought was a Tau warship, missing the signal from the Fabricator General's transport. But I am not wrong every time. There's something approaching from the far side of the sun. I know it.
Oh. Poor 2nd Class, poor Transmechanic 2nd Class Petronius. He really tried hard to save the Forge World. Didn't work out, though. Maybe you should have listened to Alaric. Maybe you should have trusted Petronius' judgment, like, the 3rd time. Yeah, still a lot of Orky boys, though.
Legate!
Remember, mercy is a sign of weakness. Eat it, Xeno scum. Combat roll. Oh, but I wanted to come through that door. Well, it's still open. So this is all extremely beautiful. Ooh, sleepy baby.
That bridge is a testament to the might of the Imperium.
The Adeptus Mechanicus are masterful architects.
Their work outlived all of them.
It is a very pretty bridge.
What in Guilliman's name is that?
Nothing good.
Did the Lieutenant not say these tracks went to the complex housing the Titans?
That thing is a battering ram.
Yep. The orcs are trying to use a rocket-powered battering ram. Well, I think on rocket-powered battering ram is where we're gonna leave it for tonight. Oh, well, actually, let's kill these boys. Yeah, Raspberry Jam. And I think that's where we're gonna leave it for tonight. Party's not stopping while there's still crumpin' to be had, indeed. Alright, yeah, I guess we'll keep crumpin'. This has not been the Plays the Thing. This has been the Imperium of Man. Oh, wow, that hurt. Gotta keep crumpin'. Bell roll. Sass me.
Kill 'em all!
A, B, S. Always be slaughtering. Filthy Xenos. I mean, how? Yeah. Now that I think about it, how can we not? How can we not get on the rocket-powered battering ram?
Space Marines!
Oh, hello, boys. Ouch.
Space Marines!
Oh. A little sloppy there. Oh, okay. Space Marines, you say? Okay. Owie. Come on, Leandros. Catch up. I know you're new here, but... Jeez. Yes, the rocket-powered battering ram is ours.
Now to stop this ram. Time to impact.
No more than 6 minutes.
Time enough.
Yep. It'll take the rocket-powered battering ram train 6 minutes to get to where we're going. Yeah, just for an idea of scale, that's how fast we're going. Let's use more special weapons. We don't necessarily have. Well, actually, let's take this opportunity to listen to an audio log. Oh, there's only the one.
Has a deep wound to the arm. Signs of blood poisoning.
That's from an orc chopper. We can't stop him from going septic. Make him comfortable and move on.
You've seen these kinds of wounds before?
Unfortunately, yes, in my first orc invasion, which I hoped would be my last. Yet here I am again. Right, who's next?
Space Marines, kill us! Stop the Space Marines!
Enemies of man are here. Spez Marines! Today we fight the enemies in Spez! He will not retreat. We are not afraid. Pop. Pop.
So now it's time to impact.
Those trains have point defense turrets. There'll be a heavy weapon. Forward then.
Grenade. Oh, you're a tough boy.
Cover me while I get to that weapon.
Ah, it's a plasma gun. Oh ho ho ho. A plasma gun. Gain health. I also like how when you run, it's just like gong 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 gong. Oh, plasma gun, you're my friend. I love you so much. You're perfect. Oh man, the heavy plasma gun. Yeah. Also, how friggin' rad is this?
Martyrs is the seed of the Imperium.
Oh no, our first death! Our first death. So I like that every time you die, you get Titus quoting Imperial scripture. Oh, also, for those of you that haven't noticed, Titus, our hero, is played by Mark Strong, also known as even sexier Stanley Tucci. Thank you, Jelly. RIP 07 indeed. That's how life is in this bitch of an Imperium. Yeah! Take that, orc. Yeah, you didn't like that, did you? That's fair, Tom. Perhaps it's better to say evil Stanley Tucci. Alright, let's get this. Enough of that!
Success is measured in blood. Yours or your enemies.
But Tucci is the most sexy. Yeah, I keep trying to hit Fury. I don't know why it's not Furying. But I am aware that I have it up. Suckers.
Serve the Emperor today. Tomorrow, he will be dead.
Serve the Emperor today, for tomorrow you may be dead. Thought of the day. Oh, we missed a thought for the day. So yeah, if you're at all familiar with 40K, you'll see, so 40K, another thing about it that may be unclear from this game, and part of the reason audio logs are so prominent in this, other than, you know, video games, is that 40K, the tabletop, in all its incarnations, is very fond of epistolary storytelling, which is fancy talk for storytelling through specifically letters, but documents in general. So you reading documents not necessarily written to you. Yeah, I don't think I can... Yeah, I can't Fury like this. Ah, I missed it. Yeah! Oh, wow.
But live for yourself.
Alright, come on. Come on. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna immediately tear it off. It's very lovely. Oh, whoops. There we go. Ah! Boom. Yep. Evaporated all those orcs to dust. Evaporated that rocket to dust. Oh no. Still there. Eat plasma. Frustrating that I still can't seem to use Fury. Yeah! We blew up the ram. Or well, we blew up the thing. Part 2, the Inquisitor. The Titan Manufactorum shelters many weapons. We broke it. Manufactorum at Jackus.
Manufactorum still holds. Some Imperial Guard units made it here after all.
They cannot hold for long. We must hurry.
Alright, so now, in front of the doors to the Manufactorum, we will cease. So, this has been the Plays the Thing. If you like what you saw here, please check us out on YouTube, where we are the Plays the Thing, apostrophe S included. Please also check us out on Twitter and Facebook. And if you like what you saw here, on the twitch.tv/theplaysthething, please make sure to hit the follow button down there, and as always on YouTube, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for your boy. And yeah, I hope you like what you see here. Next week we will probably be back with the Quarry. Once again playing Alan Wake, but I do want to continue this game, and I also I have not forgotten the quest for Yellow Tracksuit in Sleeping Dogs, so I'd like to do a bonus stream now and then, and those are definitely on the docket for that. So all that said, it's good night time, so this has been the Plays the Thing. I hope I caught your conscience today, and good night!